Hello, everyone. Welcome to Reality Hour. I am Adam Samuel. Today, it is X Factor UK we're talking about. Just X Factor UK. The Masked Singer is actually airing today, but we are not going to be able to film after that show, so we are going to be doing a doubleheader covering that next week. For now, like I said, solely X Factor. Joining me today is my co-host, Eric. How you doing today, Eric?
I'm doing good. I'm sorry I'm kind of busy the rest of the week, and I'm really going to be looking forward to talking about tonight's episode of The Masked Singer next time we record, because I'm so excited to see Triumph and Silk Comic Dog crap all over that show. But anyway, for now we get to talk about another crappy show, The X Factor Celebrity.
I gotta be honest. Last week, overall, I would have graded the show about a D. This week, I would go maybe D+.
Wow, big improvement.
It's an improvement, baby step, but that's how it is.
I'd give it a C this week.
I feel like there's only one or two good singers here.
Absolutely. There are three at most.
It's just so subpar, kind of overall. Like the act, I don't have any at this point. Any shreds of investment I had in the season are kind of gone. I'm kind of now just like an outside viewer, which is
Well, I'm invested in Megan, but that's it.
I mean, it is like kind of fun, which is also kind of ironic because I have Megan on my draft. What if one of these other people win? Like, what if?
Oh God, I'm not even considering that. Megan's gonna win at this point. It's not.
But if she doesn't,
she's gonna win. If she doesn't, I don't know what we're doing here. If she doesn't. By the way, I did a couple days ago go back and watch Martin's performance from last week because I didn't really watch the whole thing last time. It was. I thought it was just like forgetting a couple words, and we forgot the entire second verse. It was spectacular. It was amazing.
I said, wasn't it amazing? Like I loved it.
That was in the top 5 car crashes I've ever seen on these shows.
When I like my car, like my train wrecks, like messy with just everything going wrong.
It was amazing. I watched it actually with my cousin, and he was laughing a little bit at it too. It's like, oh my God, the entire second verse.
The thing is, that's the thing. I have more like interest in Martin as a contestant than some of these other groups because at least he's like.
Well, that sucks for you.
At least he's like failing spectacularally. Like some of these other people, they're just
spectacularly.
At least these other people, they're just kind of there. But like Martin, like I could enjoy. Like I was kind of looking forward to him after last week. As crazy as that might sound, because like it or not, he is one of the names I'm gonna come away from this season with because it's just so legendary. It's just so.
That last week was legendary. This week was just mediocre, and then he got sent home.
So. Exactly. So we are going to be going through the contestants. It's going to be a bit of a shorter show because we are, like I said, we're just going to be doing a bit of a deep dive into the X Factor UK. We will go through the contestants. The biggest change kind of going into this week, when I saw that there's going to be some sing-offs. I kind of missed this from the previous weeks. Where was this, Eric?
Cut for time.
But why? What?
Because they didn't want a performance show and a results show anymore, which I'm good with that decision. But they don't have a results show, they don't have time to fill. So they didn't have time for a sing-off, but now they do because we're done with a certain number of contestants. So
I kind of missed it. Like it's kind of fun.
Again.
I mean, overall, the song choices for this week are kind of That's the problem with the X Factor. Like with American Idol, I feel, or at least I like to think.
No, that's not the problem with the X Factor. There are plenty of other problems I would list ahead of song choice this season.
All right. Well, the song choice I'm getting on my soapbox for right now is that on American Idol, I feel like the contestants, in my mind, this is probably not the reality, but I think they get to like explore their artistry. They get to do their run is kind of their own. They get to do what they want to do. I feel like on the X Factor, everything is like pre-packaged. It's like what I would compare it to is like American Idol is like going to like a farm and getting like fruit, and the X Factor is like going to a supermarket. Like one is kind of like pre-packaged and one is kind of more like natural. You know what I mean? A little bit. Or am I making no sense?
You're making no sense. Either that or I was just spaced out.
What I'm just saying is the American Idol contestants run feels more natural, and the X Factor is more like pre-planned. Like everything is kind of carefully manipulated. I feel like you could see the strings in the background. With American Idol, I feel like they're there, but I like to think like.
Well, I mean, the strings are pretty obvious at the end of the show when Simon says, "Oh, I'm just gonna pull this out of my butt."
But American Idol, like at least I like to think there are no strings. Like they occasionally do a good job of hiding it, but I feel like the song choices are one of those examples where there are strings.
Yes.
And on that note, we're gonna go with the strings metaphor, and well, someone's got to sing that Pinocchio song. Anyway, let's get into the contestants, Eric, shall we?
Let's.
So, kicking off the night, I feel like this contestant's gone first like quite a few times.
Twice.
And also early. Like I think last week he also went early. It's Kevin McHale. He's doing "Don't Start Now." I've never heard this song, Eric. Have you?
Never have I.
All right. What do you think of the performance?
Better than the first 2 weeks, but not by much.
The thing is, when I was talking about the strings, Kevin is kind of one of those examples because everything is the same from him. Like consistently, it's the same kind of songs. It's the big production and the singing. I don't think he's
singing.
I disagree with Eric on Kevin. I do think he's a bit stronger. At least I'm starting to.
I mean, compared to Vinnie Jones, yes, he's an amazing singer.
Compared to, he's in the top 4 vocalists.
I would disagree.
Really? Who's gonna be in the top 4 then?
If you include individual vocalists from certain groups,
not individual, solo, like or group as a whole.
I thought Jenny was better than him this week.
Really?
I did.
What? Come on. Anyway, Kevin, I mean, the thing is, I'm just starting, like, it's so repetitive. Like, I feel like I'm just seeing the same kind of performance week after week. I'm kind of begging for something different. Is this just how the run's going to be for Kevin, Eric?
Seems like it. For some reason, Louis gave him a safe seat.
Yeah, the thing is, at this point, like I said, since I believe these shows are so heavily influenced, I believe there is now that like the first week has passed, I do believe there is going to be strategy on Simon Cowell's part of who is getting the safety seat. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think the safety seat will be lasting after I think this will be the last week they have it.
I just think because I believe Simon knows the results, and I think he knows who's kind of going and where. It did leave me a little worried that I think this is like the second time in a row that Kevin's got a safety seat.
Yep.
So
I think he's gone this week.
What?
I think he's gone this week.
I don't think so. I think next week he's gone so early in the show. I believe he's going to go later, and I'm hoping he switches it up. You know, like I think he's overdue for like a ballad or like a.
Read my lips. He's getting cut this week.
If he gets cut, it is a travesty.
Nope.
Is Vinny still going to be there?
Probably, unfortunately, but.
Come on, Eric. You can't. Come on.
I would really prefer Vinny gets sent home over Kevin. Actually, they're the two that I would send home if I could pick any two I could send home.
Really? You're going to send home Kevin over Max and Harvey and...
Oh, actually, no.
TriStar?
No, TriStar and Vinny are the two I would send home first.
Anyway, let's
that will be next week for me.
All right, well, let's talk about Max and Harvey. They're performing Can't Hold Us by Macklemore. This is not a song you compete on a reality singing competition show. There's half of the words, it's just like talk singing, most of it, and there's kind of nowhere to go. There's like a few big moments, but overall, it just kind of it's a song where the music is almost bigger than the vocals. Do you think so?
I think so, and that's why I think this was their best performance so far.
Is that shade, Eric?
It's not shade at all. I mean, it's literally they picked a song with high energy that shows off the good parts about them. hides the bad things, which is that they can't sing particularly amazingly well. And the one nitpick I have is that during the drum solo in the middle, you
Which was
couldn't really
pointless.
hear. It was totally pointless, only because you couldn't hear the drums.
But what was the point of it to begin with?
If you could actually hear the drums, he was actually doing a killer drum solo. That would have been fun, but you couldn't hear that, so who cares? It was pointless because of the execution. I liked the idea of that actually, but I hated the execution.
If you're going to go there, it can't just be a 5-second thing. Like, it's got to be a full
15 seconds.
No, like, it doesn't. It's just awkward because it feels shoehorned in. It feels like they're just saying, "Look, I can do drums." All right, now, like.
Yeah, but you know what? Who cares? Wagner did the bongos. That's what I want again.
Eric made me watch a few of Wagner's performances, and let's just say, I needed a lot of eye bleach afterwards.
Mm-hmm. But come on, the bongos and Loaf Shack.
The thing is with Max and Harvey, is they kind of weirdly remind me of the Paul brothers.
Who?
The Paul brothers, like Logan Paul and Jake Paul, like a little bit. What?
No, they remind me of Sean and Connor Price from 2 years ago on X Factor.
I don't know. I mean, they're okay, but I feel like maybe you're right, Eric. Maybe like this is the kind of music, because it's so funny. I'm like so hard on most of them, but like, what if Max and Harvey blows up after the show, and then I just trash them on a podcast?
They're not gonna blow up that big.
You never know. Like
then again, I fully admit I said the exact same thing about One Direction back in 2010. So
they could I totally see them on YouTube.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have some success after this, definitely, yeah.
Not even just singing, I could just see them doing vlogging, like they're gonna be one of those people, the influencers.
One of those people. They are going to be one of those people. So which one's gonna die?
What does that mean?
You said they are going to be one of those people.
All right.
So who's not making it out of the two?
And on that note, let's continue. Let's talk about Vinnie Jones, who...
Must we?
I mean, we lost Martin this week, so Vinnie's going to be... He's all I've got, Eric.
I will say, the staging and the production of the performance reminded me so much of Daughtry on The Masked Singer.
I was about to bring up The Masked Singer. And horror movies.
The Masked Singer. All the people in robot dog masks. I wish Daughtry was singing this instead.
It was something out of a Stephen King book. It was just...
Killer Spider.
What was going on? First of all, apparently this was 3 songs. Am I hearing this right?
That's what it said.
That's got to be a record.
No, it's not a record, but it might as well be.
Well, for me, hearing I've sometimes heard mashups, but 3 songs in one, that's I've heard it
before.
I've never even heard any of them. Did you, Eric? No?
I haven't heard any of them before.
Well, the funny thing is the singing was just as bad as the costumes.
I think the costumes were slightly better than the singing.
They were both a mixture in a horror cocktail performance.
See, the thing is, the costumes on a different show could be salvageable.
Eric, how is he still here?
You got a safe seat this week.
How many people are left? Are we down to the top 8?
Top 7.
How did he even make? I'm at a loss for words. This was just... It's bad. It's bad and it's not getting better. And I don't know what to do, Eric.
Embrace the madness as that's what you have to do.
I mean, you can't go halfway and cut Vinnie Jones. At this point, he's got to make it to finale night. We got to commit.
In all honesty, he might.
How would he make it to? Not only that, but
you just said.
Not only that, but the judges they stand for him.
And they gave him a safe seat this week.
What? Like, what mad world are we living in? Like, what is happening?
Up
It's
is
like the
down.
Twilight Zone of reality singing competition shows.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally like at a loss for words. Like, at this point, I think he should win. And I'm not even joking. I think he should win. Because at least, I mean, Megan, I want Megan to win, make no mistake. But just the shit pile of what this season's been.
Okay.
All right.
I co-sign on that one.
All right. I'm putting that away. We are going back to Happy
Thoughts. Factor to survive this season, hopefully rebound.
Let's talk a better performance.
Is it? I mean, it's better, but
Anything would be better.
Then again, I could give a better performance.
TriStar, they're doing No Diggity, a song that I learned has a very weird meaning to it. But first time I've actually heard it, but what did you think?
It's not the first time you heard it.
I think so. The first time
They performed it 3 weeks ago.
Wait, really? Wait, really?
That was for Judge's House's performance.
I think I blagged that episode out.
I mean, I don't blame you. It was an awful episode, but yeah, this you didn't. So you clearly watched the judges' comments to this one, did you?
No, I watched the performances alone.
You need to watch the judges' comments for this one, because Louis trashed them for repeating the song they did at judges' houses.
Yeah, I would not listen to Louis talk anyway.
Louis had a great line. He said, "Levi, you've got a great voice, and your backup singers did fine."
He's gross.
He is gross. And then one of the backup singers talked back to Louis,
What did he say?
Which I loved. I forget. He said, "You've been Simon's backup singer for years," which I appreciated.
No, at least that's kind of entertaining. Like at least there's something there.
And people talking shit about Louis Walsh is always good TV. Anyway, I thought this was mediocre at best. They repeated the song they already did. And based on the judge's reaction, I thought there was a slim chance they'd actually be in trouble this week. Nope.
You would be okay with Kevin McHale going over them?
I'd be fine with that.
What? Why?
They're the same level for me.
No, come on.
Yes.
You gotta put it.
The guy in TriStar who can sing better than Kevin McHale. But the two in TriStar but can't sing, frankly, don't sing very much. They're just
So isn't that like an average? Like if there's 2 D's and 1 C plus, doesn't that average? And let's say Kevin's a C plus or a C.
So Kevin's a C minus at best. But the thing is, the way they did it this week in the past couple weeks is the two that are D pluses don't sing. They just stand there and occasionally say backups. And at that point, I don't care as much.
What are they famous for again, Eric?
They're rugby players.
Oh. I mean, I gotta be honest though.
No, they only have 3 of them there because they need 2 for eye candy. Let's face facts.
Well, I thought this was like probably the best performance of the night so far at this point. I didn't think it was
well performed. No, Max and Harvey were definitely better than them. What are you talking about?
All right. I mean, Max and Harvey, it doesn't count because it was drowned out. Like you couldn't really make it like.
Yeah, I kind of wish this was drowned out a bit.
Is this what it's come to, Eric?
Yeah, whatever.
I thought it was good. I would have given this this gets a strong C for me.
Yeah, no. Anyway.
What from you?
Probably a D.
We're arguing between
Max and Harvey, I thought would have given like a B minus.
All right. Well, let's talk about V5. They're performing another mashup. 2 songs I've never heard before. Have you, Eric?
Nope.
All right. Well, it's okay. Here's the problem because you got TriStar talking back to Louis Walsh. You got Martin, who's a beautiful, beautiful train wreck, and then you got V5. That's kind of just there. You know what I mean? Like they're okay. There's nothing offensive or bad about them. They're just
Compared to the other acts, they're the second best act that's left. And not by a little, by a lot. There's Megan, huge gap. V5, huge gap. Everyone else.
I thought it was okay. Like it was pleasant. Like I gave it a B. I mean, it was just.
And they were in the bottom 3.
I'm telling you, there's gonna be a week where Megan is gonna be in the bottom 2 and Vinny's not.
That's not gonna happen. Megan's sailing all the way through, but
V5.
But I kind of wish she had some competition, don't you?
Her competition went home week 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah, basically.
It's all right. The thing is, like, I'm not.
Did you hear about Simon's twist at the end of the show?
What? Let me hear it.
You didn't hear it.
I didn't get a chance to.
Okay, so at the end of the show, after No Love Lost gets sent home, spoiler alert, Simon says that he announces to say, I haven't cleared with everyone yet, but I'm just going to make a decision. We're going to have, at the end of 2 weeks from now, a week before the final, we're going to have a vote where the most popular person who was eliminated earlier in the competition gets a place in the final.
So you're saying Martin has a chance?
Has a chance, god damn it.
I am going to start a Twitter campaign to.
Okay.
That is just awful. Awful.
In principle, I hate it, but if Victoria comes back, I'm not going to hate it so much.
No, because that's cheating. Like that means she just skipped 4 or 5 weeks.
4 weeks.
That's cheating, Eric. Come on.
She's not going to win, but I'd like to hear her again.
That would be like if we had a finale matchup of Candice Glover and Cree Harrison and Paul Jolly all of a sudden is in the top 3 with them and wins. That's what that would be like.
That'd be the worst. That would be a Twilight Zone episode. You thought the white guy with guitar was dead. He's not. He's still alive.
If this twist happens, I hope, even if it means Megan losing, I hope it blows up in Simon's face. Like if Martin comes back.
It's not gonna happen. It's gonna be the person who comes in 4th place getting the shot in the final.
All right. Well, let's talk about Martin, shall we? Let's go into this. This is.
Let's talk about these 5 a bit more because I actually like them.
Our sweet, sweet prince. I want to talk about Martin.
Fine. I just have to say that Louis said he liked it. He stole my line for him. And some of them have pretty good voices. Anyway, Martin now.
Sure, Louis did love it. Let's talk about my sweet, sweet prince on this show. I don't even know what to make of this. He's performing That's Life by Frank Sinatra, and it's not as good as last week, Eric.
Yeah, he didn't forget any of the lyrics this time, and he didn't stop in the middle and apologize. So it was just a mediocre, boring performance.
Exactly, and not even train wrecky. It was at this point once he remembered all the words, I knew it wasn't going to be good.
Here's the thing: the 3 judges stood for it. Martin seems like a lovely person. He thanked the crew. He thanked all the people behind the scenes before he was going home because he knew he was going home deep down, clearly. But he's a lovely person. Just he can't sing, and so he shouldn't be on the X Factor.
I'm gonna miss him, Eric. I enjoyed this.
I like him a lot as a person. I'll say that.
It was so much fun. We had some good times. Had some bad times.
We had some really bad times.
Rip in peace for Martin's run on the X Factor UK. May a choir of Simon Cowell sing thee to thy rest, joining all the other X Factor contestants' runs. I'm going to miss him. But at least we have Vinny.
Okay, that's the title of the episode. At least we have Vinny.
All right. And now we have snarked, we have joked, we have mocked. Let's put that aside for the one shining diamond here. Megan McKenna Another original song, only original music from her this season.
I like that. I like that she's doing that.
I do like that, but I also,
People commented like she's just premiering her album on the show.
I mean,
Week by week, I'm like, yeah, that's great. I like that idea.
she's selling through. Why not? Like, why not make some extra money? You know what I mean? Like, and it's pretty damn beautiful.
Mm.
It's
another great performance from our obvious winner. This actually might have been my favorite performance of hers so far.
I think it was the performance of the season so far, honestly.
Well, given that she's given the best performance of the season, and this was my favorite of hers so far. Yeah, I think it's the best performance of the season so far.
It's not just that she's good; she's really good. Like, she would just have to be like subpar, but she's not. She's genuinely like, this is like an Angie Miller on a season of Just Lazaro's. Like that. You know what I mean?
All-Lazaro season.
What?
All-Lazaro season.
Like, that's kind of what it is. Like, it's just like this one, you have like a basket of apples, and then there's like a 24-karat diamond bracelet. Like, that's what it is. Like, she so doesn't fit in with these people because she's just so damn good. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't make sense, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think otherwise about Megan?
She was good. I love the song. I've been listening to it. I'm happy that they're releasing the studio, like the rehearsal recordings in America this season. It's nice of them.
Are you sure there's a universe where she we are now approaching that point. This is really terrifying for me to say, but we are approaching that point where she is getting so good that I don't think she can win.
1 second. Let me look at the latest odds according to the bookies. I'm pulling them up. Oh, would you look at that? Megan McKenna's odds are 2/5, which is astonishingly good.
Who's after that? Who's in second?
Max and Harvey with 11/2.
Who's after that?
V5 for some reason with 12/1.
Wow.
So literally, it's Megan is at 2/5 and Max and Harvey are at 11/2. So Megan is such a clear favorite to win. It's like not even close for second place.
Does she play piano? Like, or anything? I don't want to see. What?
Why do you need her to play piano? Cause
I don't know. I just feel like she should play piano or something.
Maybe she does. Who knows?
She's really good. Like I said before, she just needed to be okay, and she's not. She's much better than okay. Anyway, let's move on to the act we lost this week. No Love Lost, and I don't think there's not that much lost by losing them, honestly. They're doing an original song, and man, it is bad luck that they went after Megan.
I said compared to Megan, their originals are so weak. Nicole basically said that she felt like she saw this performance before, and yeah, I agree. All of their performances have been the same, is what I'm realizing.
It's just there's nothing. It's not Martin. It's not. There's nothing there. It's just they perform and then it's over. You know what I mean? There's nothing to take. They're just so forgettable. Like they just come, they do their thing, and then they're gone. Like I forget about them like every time.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing there. It's just I don't know. You know what I mean, Eric?
Yep.
Well, let's just keep it going. Let's
just finish it all up.
Let's talk. Well, we still gotta get to the sing-off, which we should touch on a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Jenny Ryan, who I don't know what to make of Jenny. Like it's so bizarre. I don't even know what to make of this contestant, Eric. What did you think?
Obviously, it's not perfect, or I don't think it's particularly great. But I think her performance of Edge of Glory was a marked improvement over last week and her ever previous performances.
It's weird. This is one of those songs that like it was released and you kind of just it was a big thing and then it just disappears.
Yep.
It's this is a lot of like the case with the big popular music, like Taylor Swift, like Katy Perry. They have a big hit. Everyone is singing it for like a year, and then it's gone. And then once it comes back, I was like, oh, this is a song. Like there were good times with this song. Like I remember they did this on the Glee project. They did it on Glee. They did it on. That's all I got. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is a song. CC Fry did it. Yeah.
You know, that means it's a good song.
Don't be mean to CC.
I'm not.
God, I wonder what she's up to nowadays.
Sorry, I just don't get it.
What?
Sorry, I just don't get it.
I
miss that kind of honesty on this panel, by the way. Sorry, I just don't get it.
That was peak Adam's investment in the X Factor. Like I have never been more invested than I was when I was rooting for CC.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Like truly, I was so into that season. Like I was there. I was DVR.
That season was awful.
I loved it. It was a really good season. We had Carly, we had Janelle.
Some of the contestants were good, but the results were awful. The panel was awful. The hosts were awful. The production was awful. Everything about it was awful.
But it was that like
somehow it produced the biggest success from the X Factor USA, but it was still awful.
It was such a beautiful disaster
to get through that season.
Anyway,
Anywho.
Jenny Ryan, I don't get it. Like, I think she's a.
Sorry, I just don't get it.
I just don't. Sorry, it was. I don't even know. It's just so bizarre. Like, it's really not good singing. Like, there's just a lot of. Like,
yeah, it was not good.
But they're kind of like presenting. The thing is, for some reason, her vocals aren't great, but I feel like she kind of gets I feel like her vocals, she's probably next to Vinny in like the lower, in my opinion. It's like the bottom tier is like Vinny, the group, Kevin, like Max and Harvey. Like, but she kind of gets a pass. I feel like she's like the top of the middles. Somehow. I don't even know how she kind of worked her way into that position. Like, I feel like you have the bottom half, and she's right at the top of the bottom half. You know what I mean?
No. I think she's actually directly in the middle of the contestants.
I just don't know how much longer this can go for her. I mean...
Semi-final week. She'll be cut the week before final. She'll probably make the final off the wild card. That's my guess. I think she's finishing 4th.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. I mean, it seems like the trajectory we're on.
Yep.
But I couldn't give this out. I gave it a C-.
I gave it a C+.
All right. So, it is time
to face the result.
We lost the lowest number of votes. Martin. I cried.
No, you didn't. You liar. You lying liar.
I shed one little tear.
Like
a single tear.
You liar. Anyway.
And we get our sing-off. No Love Lost in V5. You want to go over these performances really quickly?
I think it was one of the most lopsided sing-offs I've ever seen.
Yeah, V5 doing Juice versus No Love Lost doing... I don't even know.
They did.
Yeah, not a fair matchup, honestly.
Well, it's not fair that they're in the same. They're both in the bottom two because V5 are the second best act and No Love Lost are near the bottom.
Yeah, no. I'll be honest. I didn't really care. Like either of them could go. I don't think.
I was a little invested in V5 staying.
I mean, the only investment I have, the tiny, if anything, is Megan and Kevin. Otherwise,
not Kevin.
And Martin. And Martin.
Here's my thing. I know that Simon's clearly not caring if any of the groups from this season are successful because he has X Factor of a band coming up afterwards.
I think the next day or two, there's a new Pokemon game releasing. I might buy it, and if I do, I might have to name a Pokemon in honor of Martin.
Pokemon Sword and Shield come out on Friday, and I already pre-ordered Pokemon Sword.
All right. Well, anyway, so let's just.
I will nickname a Magikarp in Martin's honor. How about that?
So the results. So yeah, V5 get the save. No Love Lost are Gonzo. So 7 contestants left. How many more weeks we got left in the competition, Eric?
3.
3 more weeks.
Yay.
And then it's just gonna be so much harder without Martin.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed him.
Okay.
Like it was. We were a week away from like Sanjaya levels. I feel we were so close.
No, we weren't.
All right. Well, I want to say I'm Adam Samuel. You can find me on Twitter at AdamSoapbox or on my 2 websites, AdamSoapbox.com and AdamCVblog.com. Where can we find you, Eric?
EricAscher.com, Eric_Ascher on Twitter, and I have a new YouTube page, which I'm not going to go into the details of, but the link is long right now, and it'll be in the show notes.
All right. We will be back next week for our coverage. We will be doing a double header for The Masked Singer and The X Factor UK. Till then, guys, peace.